Dang it, man. I hate when I do that. That is the sickest baseline intro in the game. Do you hear me, yo?
I do. Yo, Mike, can I give you a secret?
No, but I
Okay.
want you to anyway. Go ahead. What's the secret?
You didn't have to mute. You don't have to mute it at the beginning. Once you play the audio, it automatically mutes.
No, I know that, but I like to do the starting soon screen first, and that half a second of air is what I be trying to avoid. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you
Yeah.
first start, that joint come on like starting soon, and then
Gotcha.
that screen goes away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll be trying to avoid that. But
It's
it's
Victory Monday! It's Victory Monday, yo. At the end of the day, it's still a Victory Monday. At the beginning of this day, it was a Victory Monday. On tomorrow, it was still a Victory Monday. On
but it's just
Friday,
Tuesday.
it's going to be a Victory Thursday. Hey!
Wait, what? What? Wait, what you just say?
You
On
heard what-
Friday, it's gonna be a victory Thursday?
Victory Thursday!
All right, so you already projecting ahead. You just got the Niners going out there just taking over, just doing what they supposed to do then on Thursday, huh? On Turkey Day.
Listen,
Come on. I'm listening. Hello?
the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
This game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, would you say that this was a gritty win? Because I've heard that term get thrown out there, and I think it's being misused because I didn't think this was a gritty win. I don't even mean to answer the question. I just want to get your take on it, but I wanted to preface where I'm going with this. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, I did not think this was a gritty win.
I knew you didn't because I just know you. Like, I know
No,
when you
not at
heard
all.
that, you were probably like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Now,
I mean, I hear, yeah.
I don't think it was a dominant win, but didn't the Niners just look dominant on all facets of the football?
No.
I thought that they looked. I thought that what I'm trying to say is I thought the Niners were in control, but the game could have went the other way at any given moment. It was
Right.
weird.
Yes. Which is why I didn't consider it dominant, and that's why I didn't think we looked like we were in control from
I
start
said
to
we
finish.
looked dominant, but the win
At
wasn't
times.
dominant.
Right. So there were definitely stretches where I was like, oh, we got this in the bag. And there were other stretches where I felt like they were really trying to get first downs and just couldn't do it. And it was simple things. And I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not gritty. That's not dominant. That's not, I didn't
Because
see
they
it.
had some weird play calls drawn up. And then of course there's always an execution issue with the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, you know what scares me, Mike? That might be the only thing that worries me about the 49ers. Because if you're going to be the best team in football and you want to showcase that pure dominance and you can't stay, disciplined or remain disciplined, that's the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous about this team.
Yeah.
And
it's-
that does not mean, Mike, and I want to preface this, you can take over. That doesn't mean that they have to go out and score on every drive. If they go out there on every drive and give their best, that's one thing. But don't go out there, you get the ball back, you have an opportunity to put this game away or at least out of reach, and the next thing you know, you get a penalty on first down, and now now it's 1st and 15 or 1st and 20. It's the same story, just a different day.
Same song.
All around the world, the same song.
Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh man.
They don't
Go
know
ahead,
about,
Wade.
they don't know about Digital Underground.
Oh my God. That's my jam right there.
But here's the
You
thing:
did
when
that.
I was growing up, Mike, Humpty Dance. I could do the whole song. So that song right there was probably one of my favorite songs growing up. But Mike, I wasn't into music as a youngster as far as the musicianship of music. I just knew what made me bop. I never
Right.
knew they were a West Coast Bay group. I never knew that
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
They didn't present themselves. Actually, I don't think I really knew what West Coast was until NWA, which was different because
A
it was
different kind of West Coast because it was
totally different.
yeah.
But they were
It-
music. They were musicians. They were from that cloth of if you want me to stay, I'll be in town. You don't know nothing about them, do you? Sly
I
and the
don't know
Family
what.
Stones.
Yeah, nah.
That,
Who?
that, that's where Music Soul Child got Just Friends from. Do 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 do.
From them?
If You Want Me to Stay by Sly and the Family Stones. But they were West Coast too. My point is, I just didn't know that Digital Underground was West Coast. And the reason why I brought that up, Oscar Alfaro, that's where Tupac made his debut. Now, Mike, if you can guess this answer, you will win the $25,000 sack pyramid. You ready?
Here we go.
What movie did Tupac play in with the band Digital Underground? You have 20 seconds. Don't you put it in the chat or you will be
Above
banned.
the Rim.
No.
House Party.
No. I'll give you a hint. On your last hint, it was a comedy.
Oh, I ain't gonna know it. I ain't gonna know it.
It was a movie called
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
No, it was called Nothing to Lose.
Wait, no. With Martin Lawrence?
No, that was a
Nothing
different
to
movie.
Lose had Martin Lawrence
Or Nothing
and
But
Tim...
Trouble. Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, hold on.
Look
now.
up,
I know
look up the
Nothing to
movie
Lose.
Nothing But Trouble. It had Dan Aykroyd, I feel like, was the judge. Nothing But Trouble, Ben Michelle or Michael. Let's go. It was Nothing But Trouble. It was about like this couple, and they ended up getting a speeding ticket, and it took them like it. You gotta watch the movie. When I tell you it was funny. But Digital Underground also got into some type of trouble with the judge. It was like this judge. You know how like you live in Pennsylvania, it's like a Commonwealth type of
yeah.
So they run everything. You like you don't go to court, like you go to this little judge house or something like that. It was one of them type of movies where they ran. I'm sorry for going on this rant, but John Candy was in it. Demi Moore. I'm trying to think of who the male actor was.
How come I've never heard of this? Nothing But Trouble. And Tupac was in there with Digital Underground.
That's
like the
when I
song, or
realized-
they were actually on screen.
They performed in there, but they were trying to get out of jail. I think they performed to get their way away from the judge. They got out of the ticket by doing a record.
Wow. No, see, I learned something
And that's
new
where
today.
the movie came. That's where the song came. When we talk full circle, it was Chevy Chase. I thought Dan Aykroyd was the judge.
Man.
Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, because he
That's
had like the
crazy.
penis nose. You got to see it. Like it was. All right. You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking?
You talking about Humpty?
No, Humpty. Yo, how long did it take you to realize that Humpty and Shock G was the same person?
I felt like I knew it all along, but then
I know you
when
did.
I was
You're just too
no,
smart.
hear me out. No, it's not that I'm too smart, right? But when I was young and I saw a video with him, and I was like, oh, that's the same guy, but he's dressed up. My uncle was like, no, it's not. My uncle told me it wasn't him, so I just assumed that I was wrong, and I just let it go.
You know why? Because Humpty was like like
It's like
the
an
Easter
alter
Bunny.
ego.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say it was supposed to be made like it was definitely the alter ego of Shock G. Rest.
I mean, if you listen to him, yeah, rest in peace, Shock G, right? But if you listen, he tells stories about how he would go out and like have to be two people at the same time, like just never in the same room at the same time. Like people really didn't know. So they would be like, oh, we don't want to talk to you. We want to see Humpty. Where's Humpty at?
Right. I can't sing one Shock G verse, but if you ask me to do a Humpty dance verse,
You know Shock G verse. I'm Shock G, the one who put
got
the satin on your. Come on, man. Don't.
panties. I'm just saying, but Humpty was better. Put in the chat, Humpty Hump or Shock G. Which one you rocking with? All right,
Come on
Mike,
now.
let's get to this show, bro. Because the Niners took a fall, so they won, but there's a key loss to this 49ers defense, and unfortunately, Talanoa Hufanga tore his ACL on a play that like he got broke on. No pun intended.
The way I yelled
I
ankles.
hate you, yo. I gotta go.
not cool because we ain't gonna leave me here laughing at an injury, and that's not what I'm trying to do at all. But he said it. He said he got broke, and they're gonna just get off the screen. That's crazy to leave me up here like that.
Because you laughed.
No, put your name. Yeah.
It was because you laughed, and I wasn't.
I tried not to.
Laugh.
I covered my. I did this. I didn't show that I was laughing. That was your fault, fam. All I know is this: I yelled ankles when he shook him, but I didn't know that it was gonna be that serious of an injury, bro.
And I yelled skates. Come on and skate. Skate, slide your way up, oh.
Oh my God. Oh, yo, that really looked like the Seattle commercial. Remember they had that Russell Wilson commercial with the Niners players just running by Russell Wilson? He was just doing pirouettes and shit up and down the field on us. Stop it, because this is not.
No,
hey, no, all jokes aside, we really wish
all seriousness. Yes,
speedy recovery. You know, we hope that it's not as crucial or as critical. You know, yeah.
I almost wish. First of all, I wish he didn't get injured, because then it would be valid. So Ji'Ayir Brown,
next man up, man. Next man up. You gotta step up, young man. Gotta step up, young man. Wayne, when I was watching the game,
I know, I felt you in my thought process.
Like, fam, I didn't see it.
Okay, so I'm here to be the voice of reasoning, but tell us what you saw, Mike.
I saw a guy consistently 2 steps late to every play he had to make on the field. To every play he had PBUs, but the PBUs weren't because he was in position to make a play on the ball, like the one that was in the end zone to the tight end. Right? The tight end, if he just catches the ball, it's a touchdown. It's just that. It's a catch.
So
but
first
the tight
of all,
end,
that wasn't a tight end.
Bob. That big ass dude was a wide receiver. He looked
that
bigger
was
than
Mike
Brown.
Evans, bro. Listen, Mike Evans.
That wasn't Mike Evans.
We had this conversation, Mike. Mike, no pun intended, but Mike Evans is a dog. That's a big.
That was not
truck.
Mike Evans. Stop playing with me. That wasn't Mike Evans. That the bobble ball that he came to the side and hit him. You talking about a different play where he could have intercepted it if he was looking for the ball.
No, he got an interception, but maybe I am talking about. Maybe I am talking about a different play.
So there was 2 plays in the end zone.
I thought Mooney Ward had the PBU on a big guy in the end zone. That might have been the tight end, but I don't remember it being Huff. But you could be right. I mean, I don't remember it being Ji'Ayir Brown.
No matter the positive plays that he made, it was Otten. Yes, thank you. It was on Otten. Yes, that's the play I'm talking about.
But I thought that was a drop. So then he would have got beat. If you say
it was a drop, but he got credited with a PBU because he was bobbling it, trying to bring it in, and then he hit him and made sure that he didn't.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember that. I didn't should have let you finish, but now I got you. That makes perfect sense. He finished the play though. So what is your gripe about a rookie, Ji'Ayir Brown? The fact that he was slow, reactory wise,
physically slow, and I don't know if he's processing the game quick enough either.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
These are major concerns. They're major concerns.
They're major concerns. They are major concerns. I don't want people to think that, oh, this kid finished the game well and he doesn't have any flaws. First of all, everybody on this team has flaws. And this kid was just thrown in the fire. So when you look at his 36 total snaps, I mean, 32 of them were in coverage, right? Because Huff got injured rather quickly in this game. And so he was starting in on special teams. That's what you were going to get from him. And you did see him be inserted into the defense periodically. I believe the week before he got some coverage snaps. But on the first play he came in, they tested him, and to me that was his worst play, because not only was it his worst play, it was the one explosive play that the defense gave up. So as bad as Huff was playing before the injury, because he was playing bad, as bad as Huff was playing before the injury, this one play is what got them into possible scoring position. This is when they ended up getting the second touchdown in the game, Mike. And so, like, I'm sitting here saying to myself, okay, he got he got burnt, but it was because of his technique. Like it was because he was backpedaling too long, and by the time he turned around, he slips, and then boom, that wide receiver was quick and was by him. Now, as far as physical speed, he has speed to catch up to make the tackle. But as far as to stay in coverage, he got beat off the move, off the double move. Like once that wide receiver planted his feet and cut, he was gone. Like I'm surprised Ji'Ayir Brown didn't fall down. Now we've seen that on this defense this year from other players.
Yes,
but
we have.
It's not about them.
Okay.
But my point is that was his worst play, in my opinion. Everything else was him allowing the game to slow down for him. So I thought at that moment, the game was fast, the game was sped up, he was thrown into the fire, and he failed. Boom, end of discussion. Right?
Okay.
And then if you go back to some of the other plays where he was tested, because he was only targeted it 4 times, Mike. Excuse me, 2 times. That's why I'm trying to figure out why
he
you
had
said
3
that
PBUs in this game. He couldn't have been targeted just 2
he
times.
didn't have 3 PBUs.
Yeah, yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He had 2 PBUs, and he was targeted twice. The only play he gave up was that big long catch. I'm going off of PFF stats. You might be going off of ESPN stats. So
okay, he finished the day with 4 tackles, 3 PBUs, and an interception.
Okay.
And
from what source?
From my eyes.
Gotcha.
Now again, so let's use that play that I was talking about, the tight end. Hit.
So that
maybe that doesn't count as a PBU or a target because it wasn't even his.
It
guy.
wasn't for him, right? He was saving the play.
So I understand how the numbers can be misconstrued. So I don't want to.
So Stuart Allen wants to know what a PBU. So PBU is pass breakup, right?
Yes.
These are plays where players can defend the pass. Mooney Ward is notorious for this. It's something that he does really good. Oh man, we got a dope question that we got to answer, Mike. But it's about somebody else. But I'm gonna start it, okay? Oh damn, I wasn't even thinking about that. Anyway, that's what a PBU is. It's when you break up the pass. The receiver doesn't catch the pass. You're in the vicinity. You can get your hand on it. Blah 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 blah. All right, so let's go to the next play because the next play, even though it wasn't on him, that was that pass interference call, and that's how they really scored because 41-yard gain on Brown
on him,
did
and
the
then
big
the pass interference by Fred Warner.
Zone. Yeah, that was bull crap. But at the end of the day, they called the push off. That was on the tight end. That I remember. That I remember. That was K.I. when Fred kind of like just flexed his bicep and K went flying 10 yards. And then they got into the end zone. But there are definitely areas of improved areas for Ji'Ayir Brown to improve because you're talking about a kid that came in and was just like thrown into the fire. I felt like he had to have passed the test. When you break up a play in the end zone on a pass that you felt like if he would have just turned around could have possibly been an INT. But it'd be weird when we say stuff like that because sometimes we're like, yo, just break up the pass. And then sometimes we're like, yo, get the INT. And then like Mooney Ward on that play because he didn't get the INT, he was like, oh, he should have just broke up the pass. Nah.
I was not mad at that play. I was mad at the results. I wasn't mad at the execution on that play. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Understood.
But okay, so that right there is my issue with Brown. I'm concerned about the plays, not the execution. Right? Like if I asked you what his best play was of the day, are you going to tell me it was the interception? Because I don't think that was his best play. Because I think that was just right place, right time. I don't think that was a.
But that's a reactor. That's a reactive play, though. You have to. It's not. He wasn't even in the right place at the right time. He had to make that play. So that's his ball skills and his reaction skills to make that play. That ball was tipped and it was in the air for at least 17 minutes. Like, That junk was in the ball. You can't tell me that junk wasn't in the air for a long
You
time.
remember all the old '90s movies or shows when something in slow motion? Every slow motion scene had that dun 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 dun. Right? Dun 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 dun. He saw that ball going up in the air.
Yo, it couldn't come down. It couldn't come down quick enough, bro. Like it just couldn't.
What is the name of that song? That score? Like what is that?
I don't
Because
know.
that is classic, and I have no idea what it's called.
Well, I'll figure it out at some point. It's just not the melody that you're singing isn't registering in my head. But I know what you're talking about.
Dun 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 dun.
But here's the thing, Mike, because Mike is going slow. I don't. Yes. Oh no, that's why you're singing. You're singing. You know what that was for?
No,
I thought that was for the Special Olympics. You're singing it in the wrong tempo. That's why I wasn't getting it. The melody was right. The tempo was wrong. It's slow. It's like a ballet. Because you could waltz to it.
There is so much wrong with what you just said, fam. Are you telling me that the song that they use?
Oh, I've seen it in Special Olympics commercials,
movies,
but I don't.
Wait. Let me.
It might have been just regular Olympics. Nah, let's just. I've heard it in Olympic commercials. Nick Rick 49er says yes. I've heard it. I just don't know. It's called Chariots of Fire. I've heard it. I don't care. We're not going to go there. This is not what this is about. Not trying to do that. That's not what I was doing. I apologize. But that's where I heard it.
So are you concerned with the play of Ji'Ayir Brown on a short week?
I think what you said I'm more concerned with as far as how he processes the plays.
Okay.
So I agree with you. Can I give you the You know why? So quick. Everything's so quick. But here's what I got from Ji'Ayir Brown. I felt like the game started to slow down for him every time he was able to make a play. The more he plays, to me, the better the processing.
Yes, and that's natural with players in the NFL, right? I mean, the more they play, the more they get used to the timing and the speed of the game, and get more comfortable with their cues and all. I am concerned that the Niners on a short week might be at a disadvantage. They might be at a disadvantage having to put him in there because they're going to have guys that are really going to test them downfield.
I just feel like
Geno Smith plays.
What if I say he's better in coverage than Talanoa Hufanga?
But Huff sucks in coverage, so that wouldn't surprise me.
So then how would it be a disadvantage then, Mike? Especially if the defenses are making sure Huff is in coverage.
Let me ask you
the
this question before I answer it. When we say Huff in coverage, does that mean that once he's on his guy, what he does in the phone booth, or are we talking about him reading and dissecting a play?
It's zone. Okay. It's always zone. It's zone. Usually our secondary, as far as these safeties, are rarely in man, but Ji'Ayir Brown in his man coverage lost. I really don't remember Huff playing man coverage. Now Huff in the box is dynamic. Like I can give it to you, but so is Ji'Ayir Brown. We just haven't seen it. Like, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, he had, to be honest with you, you said he finished with 2 tackles. I could tell you where he lined up. He was in the box 3 times, but he had to play free safety 27, and then he played 6 of his snaps in the slot.
How would you use him? Would you put him at free, or would you put him in the box? Because I would put him in the box.
See, I would put him in the box because I trust Gibson more, but the 49ers rotate those guys. You can't you have to be able to play safety to play in this secondary. Not free, not box, but overall. So you're gonna I feel like Huff this year, before the injury, like wasn't Huff. He was learning too much. Like it was too much learning going on, and he was trying to process it. And I think that's why, he wasn't even being utilized the same way. And so I thought that Huff was at a disadvantage, but he was going through the school of hard knocks to be refined and come out a better secondary player, a smarter one, a better processing one. Because you can see it. Because for Huff, it's all about for all these safeties, it's all about the angles that they take, right? I saw Tashawn Gibson had a bad angle in this game, but we ain't gonna have that conversation. But my point is, as the safety, if you don't have that blazing speed, 4.65 speed ain't it. But you got to be able to make sure you're making the right angles, taking the right angles. How do we think is?
Go ahead.
No, because I understand why you feel you're concerned. But on a short week, who the hell you bringing in here? And don't you say Dante Johnson?
Say.
I know
so
that's
last
what you
time.
was say.
No. I'm not. I wasn't going to say DJ. So last time we highlighted a player, it was Nick Zakelj because we looked at the depth chart, and the Niners was like, yeah, nah, it's Feliciano. Let's just say
Taylor
we're
Hawkins?
wrong right now.
Taylor Hawkins, possibly? But why isn't Taylor Hawkins? So you mean to tell me Taylor Hawkins on the practice squad is going to outplay Ji'Ayir Brown, who just played real reps in the NFL?
Nah. Is Taylor Hawkins a junior? Like, I feel like I know his name, but that's like an old football name.
I don't think so.
All right, but no, I don't think so.
Michael Hurst says, can Odom play? No. Can, but I don't want him to. Because if that was the case, why didn't they utilize him? We've seen it, though. They've experimented with it. It wasn't good when he started. When he came to fill in, it was good. When he started, it was bad.
It was bad. It's all bad. It's all bad, y'all. Okay. All right. I mean, look, we're going to see what it is.
I mean, we ain't got no choice.
Exactly.
But what if they do what you say? Just
put him in the box.
Put him in the box. Or use him as big nickel since he's playing in the nickel. You got big old DK Metcalf. They put that big guy in the slot. Let's not act like Seattle don't got weapons because they're going to try to utilize.
Got him.
They're going to try to utilize. What's that rookie white cat wide receiver? He balling.
For the Hawks?
So, for the Seahawks. Every now and then he be having a great game. They got I don't know if he's a rookie, but he nice. And then they got the rookie in Jackson Smith and Jigba. They may be without their running back, which we'll break down tomorrow.
And I heard they may be without Geno Smith also.
I heard he's gonna play, according to Pete Carroll, which would be that's a dumb business decision. But I think that's all fluff and nutter. I don't know, Mike. I think you roll with it on a short week. So you mean to tell me Geno Smith, Bobo? Thank you, Bryant, my man. Hey, my man, what it look like? Hey, my man, what it look like? You don't remember that? Hey, my man, the Last Dragon? Dang, Mike. Yo, do you have any cards left?
This is why I didn't say a word. Because I was like, no matter what happens now, I'm losing the card. I knew it. And I was going to say Fat Albert to try to be funny because you sound like the dude with the hat.
I know.
But it's fine.
Jake Bobo, bro. Like him, they got some ballers. But here's the thing. I don't see the Niners bringing in anybody. And a short week, I think they'll give him the test. They'll give him the opportunity to start. Ji'Ayir Brown should be making his first start on the road in the throwback whites, baby.
My man, they get to hide his deficiencies by putting him in the box, letting the OG safety do what he do back there. Hey, hold us down. We need you for this game to do this. You might have to cover more ground long term, but this is what we need you for. We need you to go back there and do what you're doing. Let's bring this young pup up here. Let him play by the line where he can be a menace. He's got a good nose for the ball. He's a good tackler. There's plenty of positive about my man Brown. And he's from Jersey.
Baby. Just for the simple fact he's from Jersey.
Come on, man. And he's from Jersey. But
hey, can I ask you a question about Jersey real quick before you cap this off?
Yeah.
Is Jersey is considered the bricks, but is that only one
specific? That's Brick City. That's Newark.
Oh.
Newark, New Jersey is considered Brick City.
Okay. Is it because they
Nope. You couldn't let me get my Special Olympics off. I'm not getting this question. I'm not letting you get this question off. There was a question that you started that you wanted to talk about before we wrap this thing up, though.
So from the Notorious GAV, shout out to the member. Notorious.
No.
Notorious. We are.
I'm sorry.
Yo, this was a contract year for Huff.
No, it's not. He got one more year. What you talking about, Will? It's 2023 right now, ain't it? What year is it?
It is 2023. I thought he came in the same year as Brandon Ayuk.
No, Huff was a 21 guy.
Oh, okay.
And he got a 4-year deal. His contract is up next year.
Well, then we ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm right. Okay, yeah, I'm right. You scared me for a second.
I thought he came in
2020. You thinking 2020?
No, I'm thinking 2020.
Yeah, so that 2021 for sure.
So that money that they got is strictly for Brandon Ayuk. So then Huff doesn't have to worry about a contract right now. The Niners don't give two flying cares about the contract. He just got to go out and ball out next year, right?
If he want to come back, he do. Because
that's what I'm saying. Like if he want to ball, like because we were talking about what is his contract looking like next year. I thought this was the contract year when they freed up that $41 million. I'm like, yo. Well, if he had a great season, they possibly would have probably tried to extend him earlier. Yeah. That's why I got that mixed up. All right.
Bingo.
So what do you think for next year, man? Huff comes back, balls out from this ACL injury?
We'll have to see what happens. I'm not going to hold my breath on it. He's a guy that in my opinion, has always needed some more refinement anyway. He made a couple splashy plays, and I think he made some eye-popping plays. And we see the hair and the energy, and those things do have a value in the NFL. But as far as being sound, this was his 3rd year here, and like you said, it felt like he was regressing. I don't know if that's the year you want to go out and try to get a contract extension, especially after now a season-ending injury. Those two things don't work in your favor. You might want to look for a short deal and then try to show, hey, I'm back and get something afterwards.
This definitely works in the 49ers' favor, though. And I wish he wasn't injured because this would be a great show to have and talk about Huff and the extension in the future. But unfortunately, we won't have that conversation right now. Ji'Ayir Brown, he's going to be the man in Seattle. He has no choice but to be. He was thrown into the fire, Mike, in this game, and I thought he came out pretty spot on. Targeted 2 times, gave up that 1 catch. Yeah, that's kind of like what I see. The question is, how will Seattle try to attack him? Because that's the weakness of the defense.
I want to see him and DK Metcalf collide like 2 rams in the wilderness.
That's what I want to see. I got my money on the young buck, though.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
I don't think DK likes contact. He's a physical wide receiver that doesn't like contact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I said that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. I didn't think you was going to agree.
That's a real thing. That's a thing. That's him. That's him. He got mugged, I seen. Flex drop a bomb on him. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, man, that's going to do it. We hope y'all enjoyed this show. My man Ji'Ayir Brown's going to hold it down for us out here on Thursday, man. Right now, we're going to go out and watch these Eagles take this dub. I'm kidding. They're about to get smoked. But, yeah, that's going to do it for us today, man. We appreciate y'all.
You going for the Eagles?
No. I said we're going to watch them take this dub, and I said, no, I'm kidding. No, they're about to lose. They're about to get whooped. Eagles about to get whooped. Whooped and worked. But that's it, guys. Wayne, I'm ready to go. You ready to go?
Yes, we got things we got to do. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. No harm, no foul. Take us home, bro.
No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.